Pines Island Realty, and I'm here with my good friend Meredith Bannon. She does a lot of my real estate closings, and we're here to talk about aspects of closing a real estate transaction that are unique to South Carolina and to Hilton Head and Bluffton. Talk to us about the new TRID rules. TRID is the new laws that were passed by Congress after the recession to protect home buyers, and they just went into effect, last October? So we're still trying to work through all the issues that may come up, but talk to us about some of the things that have come up lately.
It kind of also goes into the addendums, is that TRID has boosted the mortgage lending business, and that it makes the banks responsible for all the disclosures and informing the clients of what they're actually buying, which is a wonderful consumer protection aspect. But what it's also done is it's caused some delays in the process, because lenders now have to disclose all the fees and costs 3 days prior to the actual closing. And so if some feature of the closing changes, then you'll have to sit and wait for 3 additional days. And it's frustrating, frankly, because everyone's ready to go, we're all set, and then we have to wait 3 days. And as a seller, it is very difficult, because you're like, I'm good to go, I'm ready to be out, this needs to be done. So we're seeing that now it takes probably about 45 days to close, and there are just regular delays with it. And one thing you can do is, everyone wants the contract to ultimately go through, but I think that no one wants to allow cost and fees to incur without any compensation. So one thing would be to consider in your initial contract to say, we're closing on this day, and if it takes an additional 10 days, then purchaser agrees to pay X amount of dollars per day in delay cost. That would then allow it, so if a purchase of a house is delayed, we don't have to go back when everyone's emotional, everyone has the moving impact, everyone has the dog in the car trying to figure out what is a fair and reasonable way to figure out until we can get the loan.
Yeah, it brings up some really some difficulties now that didn't come up so often before. I just recently had a young lady moving here from Connecticut, and she was buying a townhouse here, and she had housing from her new employer for 30 days. Mm-hmm. So we contracted on the house before she came, then she had the plus 30 days, and the Friday before settlement was supposed to be 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. The Friday before settlement, the bank notified her that they were going to be 2 weeks late, and she didn't have any place to go, and she's a first-time home buyer. She could not afford 2 weeks of hotel room. Mm-hmm. So we had to work through that with her and with the seller, and fortunately the seller was able to accommodate her, but it can be very difficult.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is it's also a leverage issue of, if you have it in the contract and you've worked it out beforehand, then if you do have to use this clause, emotions aren't in the way, because you're like, well, this is what we agreed to. It's not a big deal. We're moving forward. We're going to wind up with this house. It's going to be wonderful. It's just a little hiccup in the road, versus a crisis that was not accounted or planned for.
Meredith, thank you so much for helping us out this morning and providing us with such good information and advice. If you have any questions about purchasing a home here, please give Meredith a call, and she'll be glad to help you.